When was the last time you felt fully alive when you woke up? Firm, full, and forceful, without being worn out or halfway there. Those proud mornings have subtly vanished for many men over 60, to be replaced by apathy and disillusionment. Here's the shocking truth, though. Your body still knows how to function. It's not broken. All it needs is one more thing. Just one spoonful of a natural oil before bed to rekindle your manhood, even at 80. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara, and I specialize in men's health and urology. For over 3 decades, I have assisted thousands of men in regaining their vigor without the need of medications, injections, or embarrassment. I see evidence every day that the male body can heal itself at any age if you know how to work with it rather than against it. The majority of men think that aging is the reason why testosterone levels decline, but the truth is far easier to address. Your performance is not limited by your age. Before you go to sleep, your body isn't getting it. The unexpected answer is not in the drugstore, but in your own kitchen. In this video, I'll explain which oil to take, how much to take, and why taking it right before bed improves your hormones, circulation, and morning performance. No negative consequences, no deceptive claims. I'll tell you a doctor's method that speeds up your results, which my patients refer to as the 7-night awakening. So stick with me through to the end. Make sure to click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell before we start, so you don't miss any of my upcoming tips tailored to guys over 60 who wish to regain their power and self-assurance. If this topic resonates with you, please leave a comment letting me know when you're prepared to act. In order to better serve you the next time, input 0 if it doesn't. All right, let's get right to the point. We must first comprehend what is actually taking place inside your body before we can discuss the oil itself. Why does aging cause those hard morning erections to weaken? More significantly, how can we restore them organically without the use of dangerous drugs or therapies? 1. Let me talk to you directly for a moment about why morning erections disappear around the age of 60. It's not only about sex if you've observed that your morning erections are becoming weaker or have completely disappeared. There's more to it than that. It's about waking up with a sense of aliveness and that serene assurance that your body is still functioning normally. That early moment used to be a silent symbol of strength for many guys, and it has the power to shake something inside of you as it fades. This is the reality that I have witnessed throughout my decades as a urologist. It takes time for this shift to occur. It infiltrates gradually. You realize it takes longer to soar after a year. After a few years, nothing occurs. The majority of men believe it's a natural aspect of aging, but that's not the whole picture. In reality, your body is experiencing a combination of decreased hormones and decreased blood flow. The hormone that fuels your energy, desire, and performance, testosterone, begins to decline. Your body no longer has the building blocks necessary to manufacture it, not because it has given up. At the same time, small blood arteries in your pelvic region shrink and stiffen as a result of years of sitting, processed foods, stress, and inactivity. Particularly at night, when your body should normally produce nocturnal erections, blood circulation is reduced. The plumbing system appears to have corroded over time. Even when your brain and nerves are providing the correct signals, the blood simply cannot get there quickly enough. This is made worse by the inflammation that accumulates around the prostate and lower pelvis. However, this is what gives me hope, and it should do the same for you. Your body never loses its ability to function. The equipment remains in place. The system is still functional. All it needs is a time to heal and the proper fuel. I've seen men in their 70s and even 80s have erections on their own in the mornings, just by giving their bodies the healthy fats, circulation, and hormonal balance they've been lacking. That's precisely where the magic starts, because you are triggering a potent chain reaction within your system when you provide the proper type of nourishment to your body at the appropriate time, particularly before you go to sleep. Let's now discuss how a single, easy bedtime routine can automatically begin to reactivate that mechanism. 2. Over the years, I've come to the conclusion that most men never learn from their doctors about the secret power of nighttime oils. How your body reacts can be totally altered by the timing of what you put into it. The male body, you see, has a natural clock that determines when blood flow increases, when hormones rise, and when the body heals itself. The majority of that magic actually occurs while you're asleep. Because of this, what you do shortly before bed is much more important than you may imagine. Your body naturally created testosterone at night when you were younger. From 10 p.m., your brain sent strong signals to your testes at 2 in the morning, instructing them to create the hormones that keep you robust, active, and sexually active. However, that output decreases with aging. The plant is running out of raw supplies, not because it is broken. Your body simply cannot produce the necessary components to keep your engine functioning if it is not given the proper nourishment. Healthy oils can help with this. They serve as the basis for your hormones and are more than just calories and fat. Fatty acids and cholesterol in particular are the actual fats that are used to make testosterone. Your body cannot make the hormones that give you drive, energy, and those erections in the morning without them. You're providing your body with the precise nutrients it requires at the ideal moment when you take the appropriate type of oil before bed. Just before the night shift starts, you're feeding the factory. I have seen men's lives changed by this. A 68-year-old retired teacher who was one of my patients began taking 1 spoonful of the correct oil each night before bed. 3 weeks later, he informed me, "Doctor, it's back. I feel like myself again when I wake up." He simply fed his body when it required it, without altering his diet or taking any medications. The rest was done by his body. Although it's a straightforward, nearly undetectable ceremony, it sets off a powerful effect. Your body uses that oil while you sleep to heal damaged cells, lower inflammation, and produce hormones again. That is the oil's secret power at night. Instead of working against your innate biology, they complement it. And of all the oils that aid in this process, one is significantly superior to the others, supported by both centuries of tradition and actual science. Since this specific oil has been dubbed nature's most potent cure for regaining manhood, let's discuss that next. 3. Extra virgin olive oil is the hero oil. If I could recommend one oil to all men over 60, it would be extra virgin olive oil. It's the actual stuff, not the over-processed cheap version that's been on store shelves for years. Rich, dark green, cold-pressed gold with a crisp olive crushed aroma. I have witnessed the power of this oil in both real-world and laboratory settings. It's among the easiest, safest, and most effective ways to boost your hormones and make your mornings more vibrant. For ages, men in the Mediterranean have been aware of this secret. Despite eating more fat than the majority of Americans, they have stronger hearts, live longer lives, and, indeed, experience erectile dysfunction significantly less frequently. Years ago, while attending a medical conference in Greece, I saw something noteworthy. Even well into their 70s, the men there were slender, energetic, and self-assured. "Doctor, we don't fear fat here," a local doctor remarked with a smile when I asked him what he believed made the difference. "We honor it." I've been thinking about that statement ever since. Monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which is the exact building block your body uses to make testosterone, are abundant in olive oil. However, that is only the start. Additionally, it includes potent antioxidants known as polyphenols, which prevent your testosterone from degrading and turning into estrogen. Consider it a cellular-level shield protecting your manhood. According to studies, males who take just 2 teaspoons daily can improve blood vessel health and increase testosterone by up to 19% in a matter of months. Better endurance, increased circulation, and a natural resurgence of morning erections are all consequences of this. This oil is considerably more potent when taken right before bed. Olive oil provides nutrients straight into your bloodstream when your body begins its nighttime repair phase, promoting hormone production and facilitating easy blood flow through all of your vessels, especially the most important ones. Your body gradually starts to react once again, spontaneously, with assurance, and without the negative consequences associated with medications or injections. With this one easy nightly habit, I've witnessed innumerable men retrieve what they believed was lost forever. Olive oil is amazing, but how you use it, when, how much, and how it's consistent makes all the difference. So allow me to demonstrate for you how to fully utilize it. 4. How olive oil restores morning wood. Many of my elderly male patients were dubious when I initially started suggesting olive oil to them. "Do you really think a spoonful of oil can change all this?" they would ask, "Doctor." Since I knew what was about to happen, I would smile. After a few weeks, they would return to my office with a silent smile and tell me that they were correct. It's functioning. They weren't experiencing magic. Pure biology was at last able to resume its function. When you start consuming extra virgin olive oil before bed, this is what happens deep within your body. Your body uses the monounsaturated fats in the oil as a starting point to make testosterone. You're actually giving your body the energy it needs to start producing hormones again. In addition, the polyphenols, which are strong antioxidants found in olive oil, shield your testosterone from degrading and from being changed into estrogen, which is a common issue for men as they age. It's similar to strengthening the foundation before erecting more robust walls on top of it. However, it doesn't end there. Additionally, olive oil increases your blood vessels' suppleness and flexibility. This implies improved circulation to the tiniest arteries in your pelvis, which are in charge of erections, as well as to your heart and brain. You don't require force when the blood flows freely. Your body reacts on its own. Blood can once again flow freely in and out of the penis when the inflammation surrounding the prostate and lower abdomen gradually goes away. For this reason, within 2 or 3 weeks, many men begin to notice changes in their morning erections. Better nerve function is an additional, invisible advantage. The myelin coating that surrounds your nerves is strengthened by the good fats in olive oil, which enhances brain-to-body communication. Your body is at last prepared to react when your brain sends the signal. This is why it's so much more than a superficial solution. The system that used to function smoothly when you were younger has been fully restored. Therefore, it is true that a single spoonful of this oil can revitalize your mornings. However, its effectiveness depends on how you use it. Therefore, it must be used properly, and the real acceleration of results occurs when you grasp the timing. Let's discuss how to take it to get the best effects. 5. How to utilize it to get the most out of it. Now that you know what olive oil can accomplish, let's discuss how to use it in a way that works. Because it's not as simple as taking a tablespoon and crossing your fingers. It all comes down to providing your body with the precise nutrients it requires, in the ideal form and at the ideal moment. Consider it similar to getting a superb engine ready. The difference between a splutter and a strong, smooth start depends on when and how you inject the fuel, not just what you put in. What I tell my patients is as follows. Take 1 tablespoon of premium extra virgin olive oil each night, approximately an hour before bed. It's cold-pressed, organic, and kept in a dark glass bottle, not the mass-produced, low-cost version. It's important that the glass is dark. It keeps the antioxidants and fragile lipids from degrading in the presence of light. In addition to the expiration date, always check the label for the harvest date. Potency is similar to freshness. You have the good sort if the oil has a rich, fruity, and faintly spicy scent. Like medicine, you can take it straight if you'd like. Alternatively, sprinkle it over a small piece of whole grain bread or combine it with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice if the flavor is too overpowering. To further balance blood sugar overnight, some men even combine it with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Most importantly, you must be consistent each and every night without missing a beat. Your body benefits greatly from routine and rhythm. I suggest serving it with a little piece of toast, a cracker, or a few nuts for men who have sensitive stomachs. This avoids queasiness and aids in absorption. Most guys tell me that after a week or 2, they begin to sleep deeper, wake up less frequently to use the restroom, and wake up feeling more rested. Those early morning erections begin to return by weeks 3 or 4, stronger, more often, and entirely normal. Despite its seeming simplicity, this nightly routine is effective because it aligns with your body's natural hormone cycle, and the real transformation starts when you use the appropriate oil at the proper time immediately before bed. Let's now discuss the importance of that particular sleep window and how skipping it could prevent you from getting the desired outcomes. 6. Why it's important to know when to go to bed. Most men are unaware of this. Your body has a rhythm. Your hormones run on their own clock, just like the sun does, and you may achieve outcomes that no medication or supplement can match if you learn to work with that clock rather than against it. The timing of this oil is crucial because of this. The key to turning everything back on is not just what you take, but when you take it. Most of your body's testosterone is produced between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. and 2 in the morning. A signal known as luteinizing hormone is released by your brain during those peaceful hours of sleep. That's the signal that your testes need to start producing testosterone. However, the message is ineffective if your body isn't equipped with the proper raw resources at that time. The shelves are empty, but the factory is prepared for work. You're replenishing those shelves right before the night shift starts, if you take your olive oil around an hour before bed. Deeper sleep, more consistent hormone production, and a slow restoration of your sexual vigor are the outcomes. Men have told me that they began sleeping through the night for the first time in years within the first week of implementing this bedtime schedule. They'd noticed something they hadn't felt in a long time after waking up feeling stronger, calmer, and more rested. Once more, their bodies were reacting. This is because you're allowing your body to mend when you feed it before you sleep. Circulation is also influenced by timing. Your blood arteries relax as you sleep, enabling oxygen-rich blood to flow to parts of your body that aren't used as much during the day. The tiniest arteries in the pelvis can carry blood more easily when it is clean, thin, and rich in good fats. This is the silent healing process that rebuilds your inner strength. Your body isn't guessing, which is why I say timing is crucial. It is awaiting your assistance. You miss that window every night. You lose the chance to restore what time has destroyed. However, when you respect it, your body gives you tangible benefits every morning. Let me tell you, if you believe this is only about science, it's actually about something a lot more profound. Something that every male ultimately encounters but hardly ever discusses. Next, let's head there. 7. The emotional truth most men. I want to talk to you today as a man who has walked alongside hundreds of men through this same silent battle, not as a doctor. The body is not the only thing that changes when morning erections wane. It's the soul. A lot of men tell me that they wake up feeling a little lost, like there's a silence that wasn't there before. They feel older than they actually are when they wake up and glance down. It's not conceit. It has to do with vitality. It has to do with that profound, unsaid feeling of manhood that links your identity to your physical reactions. Patients have confided in me that they stopped gazing at themselves in the mirror because they felt unworthy, invisible, or less competent. Some even completely ceased their romantic relationships. They were terrified of being let down, not because they no longer had the desire. Despite not being visible on medical records, that pain is genuine and significant. Because this emotional shutdown can actually exacerbate the physical one, something that most men are unaware of. Blood arteries narrow, stress hormones increase, and the arousal-controlling mechanism itself deteriorates. It's a vicious circle that robs people of happiness in silence. However, this is the reality that I have repeatedly witnessed. You're not damaged. Your body is still going strong. All it needs is the correct signal to get back to work. It is a step back towards strength every night you take care of yourself, every modest act of sustenance, every choice to breathe instead of worrying, to move instead of sitting, and to give your body what it needs instead of what is convenient. The first indication of change in my patients as they start this journey isn't necessarily physical. Sometimes it's a sensation, a confidence boost that comes back, the energy spark they haven't had in years. The body follows slowly after that. Because a man's body pays attention when he begins to believe again, it starts to get better. What genuinely restores energy is the strength of that link, the intellect, the hormones, the circulation, and the confidence. And the most exquisite aspect? The spark tends to spread over all facets of life once it is reignited. Together, intimacy, mood, and energy all get stronger. Now that you are aware of the emotional aspects of this change, let's discuss a topic that all men are interested in. In reality, how long does it take to see results? And what can you anticipate on the journey? The initial week. You'll notice little changes. I constantly explain to my patients that a lightning strike doesn't cause healing. It builds like a tide after starting out subtly, almost imperceptibly. Those early, subtle changes start to show up the first week after you start your nightly oil habit. Despite their initial small size, they are significant since they are evidence that your body is reviving. Within a few nights, some men experience deeper, more peaceful sleep. Others tell me that they wake up in the morning with a clearer, more peaceful head, or that they no longer wake up several times to urinate. That means your blood flow is getting better, your hormones are starting to find their rhythm again, and your neurological system is stabilizing. Additionally, you may experience an emotion you haven't had in a long time. Vitality. It's a constant current that gently flows beneath your skin, not the jittery kind that comes from caffeine. You move in a unique way. You take a deeper breath. You feel a little lighter in the mornings now. This new serenity restores something even more significant than vitality for many men, I hope, because you start to trust that what's about to happen is real when you start to feel the change inside. Little physical symptoms usually start to show up around the second week. One morning, you may awaken to a familiar heaviness, a rigidity that was absent the day before. At first, it may not occur daily, but it is an indication. Nerves are responding, blood flow is restoring, and brain-to-body communication is gradually improving. Your system seems to be recalling what it used to know so well. And things move more quickly once that connection is restored. Those signs get stronger and more reliable by weeks 3 and 4. Erections feel more natural and fuller. You experience increased endurance, improved concentration, and perhaps even a rekindled passion that you previously believed had vanished forever. It's not a coincidence. They are the outcome of your body's internal self-balancing. The most encouraging part is that these advancements don't end there. They accumulate over time, growing like interest on a Vitality savings account. Because you may accelerate the appearance of these outcomes by combining your nighttime oil habit with one easy adjustment, and I'm going to tell you about that next. 9. The Doctor's Power Combo. I've been helping guys get their energy back for years, and I've found something amazing. The effects of several natural oils increase when combined. Together, they increase circulation, balance hormones, and lower inflammation by supporting one another like instruments in a symphony. What I refer to as the Doctor's Power Combo is the one combination that has continuously produced the finest outcomes in my practice. Black seed oil and extra virgin olive oil. As you are already aware, olive oil promotes the production of hormones. It supplies testosterone's building blocks and shields blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate freely throughout your body, particularly to the most important parts. However, the very cells that make testosterone are shielded by black seed oil. Thymoquinone, a potent natural antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, is abundant in it. These two oils work in harmony together. Black seed oil provides protection, while olive oil builds. One provides nourishment to your body's machinery, while the other protects it from damage. One of my long-term patients, a 71-year-old guy, had almost given up, as I recall. He had tried everything, hormone therapy, vitamins, and pills, but the negative effects had worn him down. Something changed when he began using this mixture, switching between black seed oil and olive oil before bed. He started to sleep better after 2 weeks. By the end of the first month, he literally felt confident again. "Doctor," he said, his eyes welling with tears, "it's like my body remembered me again." Transformations like that are not uncommon. It's the result of regularly and organically feeding your system. Here's what I suggest if you want to give it a try. Consider using black seed oil twice a week and olive oil 3 times a week. Both must be organic, cold-pressed, and eaten an hour before bed. Their combination is most effective while your body is at rest, performing its silent, invisible mending work. This easy rotation restores vessel walls, promotes hormone production, and rekindles your natural rhythm. You'll know it's working when you begin to wake up feeling stronger. However, habits are another important component of the puzzle, because how much these oils can aid you at night depends on what you do during the day. Next, let's discuss it. 10. Supporting habits that increase outcomes. After dealing with males for 30 years, I've come to the conclusion that consistency is rewarded by the body. Yes, the oil you take before bed has great power, but how profoundly it works depends on your daily activities. Your regular routines are the oxygen that sustains the flame, while the oil can be thought of as the spark. Combining the two results in a long-lasting transformation that rebuilds your whole sense of energy, not simply function. Hydration is a simple place to start. Particularly as they become older, most guys don't drink nearly enough water. Dehydration slows circulation, thickens blood, and hinders oxygen delivery to the body's tiny blood vessels. To help them sleep through the night, I advise my patients to stop 2 hours before bed and to drink half their body weight in ounces of water every day. You'll see a change in your energy levels and how your body reacts in a matter of days. After that, concentrate on your movement, especially your pelvic floor. Over time, the muscles that regulate blood flow to the penis deteriorate, but Kegel exercises can help you regain their strength. All you have to do is tense the muscles you use to stop urinating, hold them for 5 seconds, and then relax. 20 times a day, do this. Although it takes less than 5 minutes, the results could change your life. Sunlight comes next. The forgotten medicine of nature. Your brain releases hormones that balance melatonin and testosterone when you are exposed to sunlight for 20 minutes in the morning. It signals your body to start producing energy and resets your internal clock. You'll discover that your sleep gets deeper, your recuperation gets better, and your nightly oil routine performs even better when you combine this with reducing your nighttime screen time, especially by avoiding blue light. All of these little things add up to momentum. I'm still here, and I'm taking care of you. Each one tells your body. Additionally, your body gives back tenfold when it feels supported. That's what makes natural restoration so lovely. It builds up over time. You are constructing something more robust each night. Even though the health benefits are amazing, I understand that many of you are still curious. Compared to drugs that provide instant relief, is it really worth the effort? Let's examine the real price of going the natural route, as well as the even bigger benefit. 11. The true cost and the real reward. I understand that seeking a quick fix can be alluring. In our world, everything seems to be just a click away. A pill promises immediate results, and a therapy guarantees youth. The price you pay later, however, is not only in money, but also in your independence, self-esteem, and general health. Too many men, in my experience, spend hundreds of dollars a month on short-term pills that deprive them of long-term vitality. In actuality, your body doesn't require any additional synthetic stimulation. It must be reminded of how to perform its function instinctively. You're investing in something more substantial than a fleeting erection when you use these oils and adhere to this bedtime routine. You're making an investment in your body's natural capacity to create, repair, and maintain itself. Pumpkin seed oil, black seed oil, and olive oil are not chemicals. They are nutrients that your body is familiar with, enjoys, and uses for repair. Your system isn't being forced. It is a partner of yours. Your body will reward you with long-lasting energy, better circulation, deeper sleep, and a sense of manhood that feels earned rather than borrowed when you treat it with respect. Let's consider the bigger picture. You could spend $40 to $60 a month on high-quality oils, which is less than $2 per day, or roughly the cost of a cup of coffee. Contrast that with a single pill that costs $30 or more and has negative effects that make you feel insecure and constrained. The oils support not only your performance, but also your general well-being, including your immune system, heart, brain, and prostate. This is medicine that was created by nature and is entirely compatible with your biology. It's not hyperbole when men tell me that after a few months, they feel 10 years younger. They're sleeping soundly, feeling alive in ways they never knew were possible, and waking up with pride once more. Not just getting your mornings back, but getting yourself back is the true reward. Let me give you one last message, a challenge that every man who watches this deserves to hear, in case you're still unsure if this can actually change your life.
12. The 30-day challenge. You are already aware of it if you have listened this far. This isn't your average health advice. It's a request to reclaim your body.
This is my challenge to you then. Don't let up for the next 30 days. Pick 2 or 3 of the oils I mentioned, such as pumpkin seed oil, black seed oil, or olive oil, and take them every night before bed without fail. Don't question the procedure. Avoid altering the routine in the middle. Simply feed your body consistently for a whole month, just as nature intended. Every morning, write down your feelings in a small notebook or on your phone. Take note of your energy, mood, and quality of sleep, as well as your morning erections. You'll be the first to notice the changes. Perhaps you get a deeper sleep. Perhaps you awaken with greater clarity. Perhaps that energy spark reappears sooner than anticipated. These are indications that your body is reacting. Things start to pick up speed around week 2 or 3. You'll sense it. A constant warmth whenever you wake up. A renewed sense of assurance about your body's response. This has nothing to do with pursuing youth. Rebuilding strength from the inside out is the goal. You're providing your body with the building blocks it needs to recall how it used to work, naturally, confidently, and without stress. Change is not forced by the oils, they permit it. You'll also start to notice something significant as your body begins to produce hormones once more, enhancing blood flow and regaining sensitivity. You were never damaged, you were simply exhausted. I have seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s regain vitality they believed had been lost forever. It only required a tablespoon of the right oil every night, consistency, and faith. Take advantage of this opportunity to discover what your body is still capable of, because it will always return something amazing when you give it what it really needs. Stay with me for the last message if you're prepared to experience what it's like to wake up feeling proud, energized, and alive once more. This last idea may permanently alter your perspective on your health. 13. Last words. You still possess your own strength. This is the one reality I hope all men over 60 could accept. Your body is still with you. It is still competent, still listening, and still awaiting the proper signal from you. Throughout my profession, I have witnessed men regain things they believed were lost forever. Not with medications or costly therapies, but with realizing how their bodies actually function. It adds up with each self-care night, each spoonful of oil, and each conscious decision to rest, hydrate, move, and breathe. Your body rewards those little deeds of defiance against time in ways that no medication could. I always grin and respond, "You're not too old," to guys who remark, "Doctor, I thought I was too old for this." Simply put, you are malnourished, because the majority of this struggle is that: loss of belief, loss of rhythm, and lack of sustenance. The rest comes easily after you've fixed those 3 issues. Your energy returns, your hormones balance, your blood flow resumes, and your mornings begin to feel and look more vibrant. In addition to providing nourishment, the oils you consume before bed tell your body that it's time to repair itself. And it's not just bodily things that follow. In addition to stronger erections, I've witnessed guys rediscover stronger marriages, greater self-assurance, and a revitalized sense of purpose. Everything is affected when you awaken with a renewed sense of aliveness, your disposition, your connections, and your will to enjoy life to the fullest. For this reason, I think this little evening routine can transform not just your mornings, but your life as a whole. I want you to keep this in mind as you watch this video. Your physique is in good condition. If you give it what it needs, it is intelligent, robust, and built to heal. The true transformation starts with you. The oils are only instruments. Know that you're doing something special when you take that spoonful tonight. You are affirming your inner man, your power, and your confidence. Remain patient, consistent, and happy of each accomplishment. Because you may still have your best mornings, the ones that remind you of your true self, to come.